New efforts are underway here in San Diego to help protect Afghan refugees who fear they'll be deported under the Trump administration.
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live from the waterfront with more on this. And Kelly, you actually spoke with Congressman Scott Peters about this very topic. Tell us more.
That's right, and Congressman Peters spoke to reporters here at the USS Midway Museum today. Now, he is pushing for federal legislation that he says has bipartisan support. Now, meanwhile, we also heard from nonprofits who work very closely with Afghan refugees. And for one man, this issue is very personal.
It is a high level of fear, anxiety, depression, uncertainty, insecurity, and hopelessness.
Dr. Mohammed Rahimi is executive director of Afghan Family Services, a nonprofit that helps refugees create new lives here in the U.S. He knows firsthand what that fear is like. Some of his family members are still in Afghanistan, and he doesn't know when or if they'll ever be reunited.
When the country is not safe, when there is no legal and recognized government, when there is no legal and government protection and support and services, then what the life would look like? That's not only for my family and relatives, but this is for everybody, for every single citizen of Afghanistan.
Today, Congressman Scott Peters and other nonprofits such as Afghan EVAC called on the Trump administration to restore the programs that were previously in place to protect Afghan allies living in the U.S. and that allowed their family members to join them here.
We promised the people who stood with us that we would not abandon them. Those allies who stood beside us risked everything, serving shoulder to shoulder with our troops, protecting Americans, and fighting for a chance at a better future.
Breaking promises to our wartime allies does not make us safer. To the contrary, it makes us weaker and makes our warfighters less safe. It says that the United States is not a reliable and trustworthy partner. Why would populations help us next time we need aid abroad if this is how we treat them afterward?
In June, 33-year-old Syed Nasser, who worked as a translator for the U.S. military in Afghanistan for years, was arrested in San Diego at federal court and remains in custody. Dr. Rahimi says the uncertainty of what the future holds is taking a toll.
There is no clear answer about what happens next. We keep living in this situation, and this affects all of us, personally, professionally, and emotionally.
And Dr. Rahimi says he gets calls every day from people. These are people whose temporary status has expired, who their work authorization has expired, who are losing their jobs. And he says it is so difficult because he has no answers for them. Anna and Steve.
Kelly, what is the White House saying? Is there any indication some of these programs could be restored?
Well, it's unclear right now. However, President Trump last month did make some public comments when he was asked about Afghan refugees, and he said, quote, the good ones who did a good job for us, he says, will be taken care of, but he did not offer any specifics about any new assistance or anything like that. I did reach out to the White House today about this story, but so far have not heard back.
Still a lot of uncertainty for a lot of people. Kelly, thank you for the update there.